down the puck by a substantial amount. Let's see if they can kind of fix that up. We already see Pilot chasing down, has that Lightstone start on the Enchantress, dropping Zephyr down very low, already down to just one tango for Zephyr. So not going to have a particularly great time in that lane, and as mentioned by the panel, Cuckoo is forced to go for Axis 1 because he's up against Ench, and to an extent the Monkey King can kind of eat through those creeps as well. And because of that, look at Pilot just runs him down, Lightstone, right click, and nothing to stop him.
Yeah, I really like what Pilot is doing here, and you are going to see Zephyr just completely ignore Pilot and go for the creep pull because that's what he needs to do. No real other choice here for the Marcy. Even blocks the large cap while he's at it, but it is certainly going to be a very tough time, at least for the first initial levels here. The side of T1 and that off.
Or at least gets a D ward off and should be able to deny his sentry to open up the pulse. You are also kind of having a very stable lane for Raging along with that threat. As long as you have that Poison Touch after ready, you can always run down, and Afu is getting that done. Doesn't want to directly trade with Whitemon, but once he gets a little bit of gap spacing, that does feel a lot better for the Dazzle.
Why I died? It's just action across the map. It's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on. Afu's still going at it with Whitemon here on the train now. Whitemon is going to drop low, but Afu's gone too far, I think. Reflection is there, and they will secure first blood. Gabbi aimed a little bit, but wants that water rune, wants to make sure that Carl does not get any form of regen here on the mid puck, and that he will not. He's forced to eat up some tangos and have a clarity for himself. He will take both water runes on his own accord on the Ember. Now bot lane, Raging, going way too far, and Whitemon and Zephyr actually showing up to punish him on this Razor. But really making sure that Gabbi just
feels manageable enough for SMG. They do have to watch how much they give onto Gabbi though. You don't want your Razor to be too stalled out. The BKB timing for Raging is still important, as we saw in game 1.
We thought about Gabbi a lot. I mean, mid-1, he's top of the CS board right now as he's been having a great old time at bot lane. Once again, speaking of Gabbi, Raging Potato gonna get taken down by Gabbi. Killing spree the way of the TB, and
to win harder under one lane down bot, give Gabbi the start he needs. Afu is kind of vulnerable by himself.
Bot lane, Afu gonna shallow grave himself after Raging. He's gonna rejoin the fray, but Afu surely gonna die, and will. Zephyr, he might go down as a trade with the living armor. That bonus armor makes it very hard as Raging is still going for this. With the plasma field, he will secure the kill, but can he get himself out? Well, the answer is both available as Carl. Smoke broken, Whitemon is around, they'll miss the grass, but it won't matter because they've got the coil and disposed to lock him down. The Razor eventually should drop, but he will have a shallow grave to buy him time now. Mid-1 and Moon will jump in to try and punish Zephyr. Is at least going to get caught.
The amount, not the biggest in 1K, but Mid-1's also building into. So in SKADI, he feels really big. In the Wukongs, you don't have the best way of dragging him out. This pose is not quite enough, unless you have something like an Aether Lens, which Zephyr does have. So you could maybe catch him off in the rim. Still,
balance is there. They've got Zephyr once again on the Marcy, though he will unleash. But there's the Hex out from Afu, and now with the side of Fist out, Zephyr surviving with the living armor. They're Raging. He's going to make the jump in onto Whitemon, but a nice fourth time is there from Cuckoo into the Raw now, and maybe T1. They can force the fight, but a nice shallow grave out from Afu, trying to buy a bit more time. Still Raging is going to drop. In goes Carl after Moon, but they cannot catch the Ember. Instead, Dream Coil going to catch two supports here on the other side, but Mid-1 he'll drop the Wukongs and zone them out. So T1 probably just going to be happy with the Razor kill. That's going to be enough for them, but no, never mind. They want to smoke out. They want more punishment for this. That's fair enough. Meta's still going for quite a while. They might at least find Highlight Die, and they will. Nice dispose there from Zep. They might have another punish here. Raging onto Whitemon. Not going to have enough damage now. Forced to pop his BKB and try to run, but the Raw is there from Cuckoo to hold him down. Shallow Grave will save though on Cuckoo. He's going to be the one to drop. Carl in once again. Mid-1 meanwhile does actually kill off Zephyr. Raging, well, that's a big Dream Coil. Raging Potato's gone. Carl with a nice setup onto the Razor. He's going to jump again. Keep poking and prodding here as this puck, but here comes Mid-1. He knows where Gabbi is. There's your Wukong's command out, but they can't hold him in. T1 still hanging around. Being very, very patient. SMG will do the same. The Moon does get spotted. Nice dispose down Zephyr. He'll hold down the Ember for a moment, but not long enough. He's fine as the Boundless does come in Mid-1. He's going to rush in for this, but does back out immediately. Carl is holding down the backside, making sure Arfu does not feel confident on the dazzle. He doesn't have an A on disc, so he's fine as Moon. He's in trouble again. Raw being committed, T1. They'll get away with it. In comes the Wukong's command from mid one, but do you have the backup? No one's going to hold anyone down within the Wukong's command. So it feels quite wasted here. Well, T1, they might be able to keep chasing SMG now. Raging, still trying to fight Carl on this puck, but just doesn't have the damage output. And now Carl will just move right back in. Raging Potato's gone too far. Shallow Grave is going to save for a little bit as Carl gets caught by mid one. Taken down by the Boundless Strike. And suddenly the team fight's even again.
Yeah, the sustain coming through from SMG's sick as well, though. Zephyr?
Yeah, nice toss back. The dispos catching out Raging this time around. Zephyr will rebound back towards Pile Die. SMG, they're not ready to fight without this Razor. Time to back out of there, but T1, they'll be very satisfied.
How is it that Pile Die is only one part away from a full Hex on
That's
the
a good
bench?
question. That's a very good question, John.
He's found the money, and that Hex is going to be really big. You already have a Hex follow-up or start with Afu. Another bigger Hex is going to be impacted here.
Oh, again, going out. Ember in trouble, but Shallow Grave will come out early this time to make sure he's alright as they force start to Mount Moon. He's going to make it. Another Wukong's command being committed though, and now T1, they can certainly keep fighting. Raging is the target. Overgrowth is out. They will take the Razor down, and now with a great Dream Coil, they've caught two more. Highlight Die already dropping way too low. Mid one, popped his BKB, but just needs to run. Carl, he'll keep going. Meanwhile, Moon jumps in, takes down Zephyr in the backside, but gonna be careful to get taken down himself. He has one Remnant in 1 second. Trying to fist out first, Remnant away, but no, he's gonna drop. They go too far.
You might be able to deal with those 2 lives anyway.
Come on. Work towards that nullifier right now. Needs to be careful, but there's that side device you talked about, John. Highlight Die somehow fighting all this farm on the edge. Nice dispose. What is that raise? Ace the lens plus psychic headband, John. Dream Coil is going to be committed after. Not going to survive either. Great initiation here from Carl. Zafu will get the tip over from Carl. Carl waiting quite a while to get...
Mid one still has to be a bit cautious, but isn't quite in the line of danger yet. T1 doing a fantastic job of again stalling this game. We talked about what they wanted to do.
Mid one? Mid one, not like, don't do this, mid one. Mid one. Alright, here we go, John. Aegis is down, he's forced to start the fight. They might actually have something going. About to drop a roar out. Mid one, he's the target. Static link out onto Gabbi, though. Mid one, he'll survive. Wukong's command out. Maybe they can take the team fight. And they do.
Just always smoke.
Oh. That's all. He is. That doesn't seem very fair, Mr. Frog. Well, he's been caught out. Nice disposed or blow him up. Now just already procced. He's gone. Oh boy, never mind. That was quick. We didn't even get to see it, John. Very
on the Dream Coil as well, and level 25 talent top piercing through those BKBs. T1 has a lot to play with, and SMG, without buyback and dazzle, feels risky to show up.
So gonna try mid one, he'll jump in. BKB won't come out. Raging though, is already gone. Buyback's coming in now, but they can't hold anyone within the Wukong's command rings. They do catch Kook, or rather Carl, but he's gonna orb out of there just fine. What is it, Jonathan?
This pose ridge is across the cliff. That's across that little pit. What?
Perfectly balanced here, John. Gabbi, no, nice Dream Call. Carl setting up a great team fight. Wukong's out again. Refresh is there. Raging. Gonna try and back off, but oh, Shallow Grave gonna make it barely in time. Saving the day as the Hawk dive is there. Carl still trying to snipe him. Wymon out with the overgrowth. Gabbi's gonna come back in now. They've still not got the Razor. In fact, Gabbi in mid one still trying to fight. We'll go out at 1v1, but Cuckoo, he's the target of mid one. Has the Shallow Grave to protect him, but is it gonna last long enough? He'll keep going for the fight here against Gabbi, but eventually gets taken down. Moon, he will also be caught out, but he has the Wind Waker, trying to make his way out, but look at that dispose. Ultra kill out for Carl.
SMG also play a lot more passive in comparison to game 1, which was a calculated mix of aggression, and they'll just go for tier 4 and they understand this.
I mean, this game's over. Mid one and Pile Die versing the world here to try and defend this mid racks. Rather just tier 4 towers now. Pile Die, or mid one rather, trying to creep skip, but Carl, he's got the hand up, he wants a high five. Mid one, he's very busy right now. No time for high fives. So he'll turn around and try to fight this one out with the Wukong's command, but Carl, he's just kind of taunting at this point. In the meantime, Paladai is gone. CNG's called. They're on for the Ancient anyway. And Carl does end up getting mid one. Game 2 a lot slower than game 1, Jonathan, but T1, their patience